I think we're on. It's like we're both in love. I'm joined now by Mr. Andy Onions. Hi, Andy.
Hello. How are we doing?
This is the most awkward mic ever. I was going to glue.
This mic.
I know.
Tiny mic. I'm going to put it there so it's the right size. Where's the thing there? There we go. There we go. That's the hello. It's Andy Onions and it's Paul Richards. Hello.
Hello. My eyes. I just wanted to. Frizz was doing a show after me, and he says I could swim in the bags under your eyes.
He literally said that.
Yeah, and I was like, what's going on? This is day 6. I've realised now a lot of people have asked if I'm okay. I really am. I've got 8 hours sleep. I'm really. I look like this normally. This is my
sleep over the last 4 days combined, probably.
And you look really well.
It's all makeup. It's all makeup.
It's the shirt, isn't it? I think it's the shirt that's doing it.
Thank you, Uncle Glenn. Great shirt.
Uncle Glenn at Tesco's.
It's not a brand. It's my Uncle Glenn.
Oh, it's your Uncle Glenn.
Like it's a designer.
I don't know brands. I don't say it there. Oh, okay. So, how's your PowerPoint-ness at your show?
Yeah.
I didn't just read that from your flyer.
PowerPointless. There we are.
Yeah. So, and it's going well.
Yeah, it's going really well. Yeah. So I'm in the
so-
Banshee Labyrinth Cinema room, which is a lovely, lovely room on Nidris. It's fantastic. My show's called PowerPointless, so it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you've used PowerPoint at work ever?
Yeah. So I do, yeah.
I'm reclaiming it for everyone. It's a great, silly. If you want to feel something or be emotional, don't come in. It's just stupid. It's just a silly show with like computer games and like video stuff. I spent 180 hours on the slides, not on presenting it, not presenting, on the slides.
So it's kind of like the show has done the work already. Now you just need to present it, as it were. So.
I was listening to Dave Gorman on the Comedian Screening podcast.
Yeah.
He said it's like a double act. So like a bit of it is that, a bit of it is me. So it does take a bit of the pressure off. But,
Yeah,
But
of
it is
course.
about me to sell it as well.
Yeah. You're still the one that's actually on stage having to go through that.
I'm basically the one who points at the stage and goes, "Look at that silly man. That's a funny picture." And then for some reason, everyone laughs and it's a good time. But it's jolly good fun. And I've done stuff you've never seen in PowerPoint before. It's ridiculous.
Yes, I've seen you do about 20 minutes of that show. I think I did your night in London before, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I'm intrigued to see more. I will see more of it actually.
If you want to see more of it, it's at 1:10 of the Banshee Labyrinth.
1:10
every day, not Mondays.
What time do you finish at 2 or?
I finished about 2. It doesn't even last an hour. It's just silly. It's fun.
That's
It's
good,
good time.
'cause I think
There's
it's-
benches for your beers. There's comfy seats. It's good fun for everyone.
I shall definitely try and come down actually. Because thanks for flying my show for me as well actually. So it proves it's time to do both, isn't it? Actually.
No worries.
So thank you. So just for the viewers' reference, Andy got me my audience today. That's very kind of you. Well, it's I was about to do a show too, Andy. I think you got freaked out by the idea of that.
Like, quick, come in.
So quick.
But it was a good crowd, and they were having a love time.
Did that? I'm glad to. That's Frizz Frizzle
Did I say
soundtrack.
having a love time?
They
Lovely time is what I meant to say. Love time's a different thing.
Yes, well, it could be that sort of show, but.
We fly. I flied someone. I said like, "Oh, do you want to see some comedy with an N?" And I was like, "Did I just say comedy?"
It's too late. You go back and retract. That's tricky. So.
Lovely. You came along. I had a great time.
Yes. So we're on. This is day 6 for you, is it? Day 6. Yeah. So
5 of gigs, 6 of the thing up here. I think.
Okay, guys. And how are your energy levels already? Because it's 22 days in already. And this originally was supposed to be about how to find happy stuff. Actually, now it's about how survival.
How do you survive? I'll tell you how to survive.
Yeah.
Just be silly. It's fine. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Peter Buckley Hill, who arranged all the 3 Fringe, God bless him.
Yeah.
He had a lovely song about how you got to enjoy the Fringe, because if you don't enjoy it and don't enjoy your shows, it will show through. Because what's the point? Even if your show's a serious thing, relish the moment. We're so lucky. There's so many things you can't. This is like I have a job in fashion, believe it or not.
Yeah. Uncle Ben's shirt.
Uncle Glenn's fashion shirts. Uncle Ben's is the rice division. Yeah, so like it's about just enjoying. He said that song. It's a lovely song about just enjoying stuff when it will not show through. And it's so true as well, because like sometimes you'll focus on like the one person who's not laughing.
Yeah.
And at the end they'll be like, I really enjoyed that party. Like, why weren't you laughing? It's like because like it's 1:10 in the afternoon. Come back again for more. Yeah. Hello. There's some people in here.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a pub.
Yes. That was a lovely lady who took hold of my phone yesterday and told my mum that my show was great.
Oh, wow.
I only met her when she drunkenly staggered into the pub and I gave her a flyer. And she turned up next day. It's all good. But so
getting approval from your mum is all important. I wanted to send her a video on a good gig a couple days ago. I thought I'd stick out. It's a great show, fantastic. I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Try to go on the internet. We've got limited internet at home. I'm so successful. I'm sleeping on an air bed on top of a sofa bed in a living room with Andy Quirk. Yeah, he's all there on. And it's just me and him and his girlfriend. And yesterday his brother rocks up. And he's like, he comes in, not even joking. He comes in and he's drunk. And he goes like, "Hello, I'm your new roommate for the day." And then he farted. And I was like, Get out! Because I was working, because it's rock and roll Edinburgh, what I was doing, I was trying to download a legal version of Windows Movie Maker, because they deprecated it for Windows 10. So I cut a video and sent my mum this video, but we've got limited internet, so I came to the Banshee Labyrinth cinema room, and it took like 18 hours to do. So what I did, forget about this, I got a memory stick and posted it to her. I got a pen, borrowed a pen that was like really scratchy, so I wrote on the envelope, it looked like a serial killer. I had to do it with duct tape, but the guy sold me one envelope and one pen, sent it to them, so mum and dad could see the video there. It's good, because they don't really want to come to Edinburgh because they live in a nice place.
Yeah, why would you come to
Edinburgh is the loveliest place in the world.
It is, isn't it? But it's very, it divides people, doesn't it? I've got friends who've done
brilliant. I love this place. My parents live in a place that's very secure, and it's not, they don't want to go travelling, it's not good. I love this place. There's one thing I would change. It's the cobbles are a bit slippy when you're wet or had a few scoops. Bit of an ankle buster. But everything else, the friendly people's good, and even the weather, it's like you can take this fine. It's beautiful. King Arthur Seat I climbed last year. It's the best place in the world. Ask me again in 10 days' time when I'm fed up of living in a living room with a couple, and I'm gonna be like, hey. But no, so far so good. It's jolly good.
So far. I mean, are you bracing yourself for not feeling as well as you do now? Because you seem to be. Because a lot of the guests I've had so far have been very, very clean cut, shall we say? I've asked them for advice. They've said, don't drink water, 12-hour sleep, all that stuff. I'm glad you're with me on this, because I've been drinking most nights. I had one night off from it. If next week you're still living this rock and roll lifestyle, because you're very rock and roll. Look at those shirts. How are you going to deal with it when you are a bit broken? Are you just going to?
Sadly, there is a balance to have. You've got to have fun. You've got to enjoy it. You've got to feed your own ego and be happy and go and see shows. Go and see Beck Hill at the Gilded Balloon. It's fantastic. There's so many great people to go and see, and it's the greatest place in the world. It's a great thing to have. But I am rock and roll. Saturday night, I stayed in. I worked on the show, I watched a video, I edited it, I put in one extra joke. That means I've got to go in through 165 slides to run it through again and make sure it works. That joke got a laugh, and I will do anything for a laugh.
Slightly creepy.
It was slightly creepy though. I was thinking about doing something for a laugh, and I've run out of things too.
You want to have funny faces?
I've already done the moustache thing.
I mean, do you ever walk into a venue and look at the audience and go, okay, they're not going to like it, which is really bad, because I keep doing this at the moment. I walk in and today, for example, I thought the two girls to my left, so you're right, I thought they'll into it straight away, that's good. And so I kind of focused on them a bit more. Then the younger people on the other side weren't quite always there. The guy was, but she wasn't, and it's kind of a bit tricky, and that's a really bad thing to focus on. Do you get that as well, or do you just go, no, they're all mine, I can do this now?
No, you're right. So my show's a very silly show. 1:10 in the Banshee Labyrinth cinema room.
Oh yeah, we get no chance at the end.
Not Mondays. Oh no, I'm Gervaising this up here. And it's a very silly show, so I actually try and speak to people personally, but not everyone likes it. Today there was someone, he had his arms folded most of the time, didn't engage as well, and at the end he said he really enjoyed it, gave me loads of money. Well, not loads of money, but like he gave me some foldy money, which
foldy money.
So he enjoyed it, just he was hungover, so like but there is I couldn't do in Jongleurs. I couldn't do to a stag do. It's stupid. I did have the show, actually. I did preview in Edinburgh. There were 6 people for Edinburgh. 6 people were there, and then there was doing a little bit of stuff. No, there was about 20 people in this one. But the 3 people at the front were there off their head. Off their head, and they'd taken some very naughty things indeed. They were then understanding stuff as well. But I just tried to be friendly with them. I tried to engage them. But in the end, just play along and make them part of the show, because the show is not now what this is. You have to engage with this somehow and acknowledge it too. And that's the thing, is you've got to play around, because my show, it all goes according to the slides and perfectly. That's not what the aim is. The aim is to play around. I found a very niche bit where I'm going, oh, this doesn't happen to anyone else, this is a weird thing just to me, and then it happened to someone else, so we're like, oh my god, and we got to share our crazy experiences of just nonsense.
I mean, how restricted do you feel by the PowerPoint thing? So your slides obviously lined up, and you're thinking, okay, I might need to change something here. Can you just skip a slide, or are you completely dependent? No,
I've got a nice clicker that I can do things with. I can't skip stuff, but I can.
Can you brush over bits, or if you?
There's no fourth wall in this show. There's bits where I just go, no, I was making this bit. It took me so long when this thing happened. It's just very much like, look at me doing the show, and some bits are like, oh, this is a funny bit, and here's me going, this is a bit that didn't work, but here's like, there's bits where I got bits that didn't make it. I have silly titles as well, and there's one bit that I really liked, but no one else did, so I did it. There's a bit I spent 5 hours on the hottest day of the year at the time, working on about American political thing with all these cartoons, and it was funny, but it was like basically a 30-second animation, and I need to have animations and graphics with me interacting as well, and it wasn't original enough. So I had to bin it all. So it's not even in the show. 5 hours gone.
5 hours, guys.
And the 181 hours is just what's in the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must be demoralising when it doesn't work out. I'm sure it does work out. It sounds like it has done so far, but
Well,
I mean, but
you got to try these things.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to experiment.
totally.
You gotta
Yeah,
play
yeah.
around. If I tried something that doesn't work, maybe wait for it to try around again. Don't delete it, but just keep it out.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work, that's fine too.
yeah,
There we
it's
go.
Andy Quirk.
But no,
Yeah.
who is this guy
Oh
here?
yeah, yeah.
Come and say hello, Andy.
He's in it in a second. There he is.
Hello, Andy. How's Anna doing? Is she alright?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Is Anna alright?
I don't know, I haven't seen it yet.
We're still filming, by the way. If you're, I'm sure Anna's. Yeah.
I destroyed
Well,
Andy
that
Quirk's
makes
girlfriend. You heard it here first.
Let's go get a drink.
Cool, man.
Nice one, dude.
Cheers. So, if you were, is this your second Fringe? You did one
It's
with
my
Andy.
fourth one where I've been
Fringe.
up and done gigs, but it's
Yeah.
the first full run.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was the first one I can win the Perrier Newcomer Award.
No, okay. Yeah.
I'm in the same venue as Richard Gadd, so there's no excuses.
Yes, I was in that venue last year actually, and there's a lot of pressure. And, but in a good way, I think. Colin, it's a lovely room, it's actually.
Well, I really want to win the Newcomer because it leads to definite financial success and a sustained career. I just want to have fun. It's a silly, fun thing to do. We're privileged to be here. It's great.
That's a really nice attitude to have actually. Because I was chatting to someone the other day who's doing a paid venue, and they were panicking about ticket sales, like to the extent they looked at every single seat that wasn't full, and they're thinking that's cost me a tenner, that's cost me a tenner personally the whole time. We're lucky, aren't we, the way things have.
God bless
worked.
PBH.
Yes,
absolutely legend. Everyone who works at PBH as well, amazing.
Yeah,
Seriously,
most of the guests on this actually from PBH, which is quite nice. I think we all got a big love in, isn't it? I guess actually.
Of course it is, man. Look at what's happened here. It should be a meritocracy when it comes to comedy as well. We should play around. And yeah, you'll see some shows at like 4 a.m. where there's a dog and a ventriloquist dog or something. That'd be crazy, but that's the point. Without this, we wouldn't grow and develop. We wouldn't be artists. And you wouldn't see all the show stars you see on TV who've been polished
Exactly.
into. It's what it's about. It's brilliant. It's amazing. God bless PBH and everyone in it too.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
every free Fringe festival that there is as well. There's only one. There's only PBH. There's no other ones.
Of course, but that's that one that's out there. I mean, a quick plug. I saw a show last night. Top Joe. Do you know Top Joe?
Top Joe?
Top Joe.
Sounds good.
He's at Waverley Bar, and I don't know you know him too well, but his show was my favourite thing on the Fringe so far, and it was a free show, and it's like 11 o'clock, and I was.
He's not seen PowerPointless yet.
He hasn't seen PowerPoint, but I will see that.
So what's his name? Who is it? What's his name?
Top Joe.
Top Joe. Where is that?
Waverley Bar, 10 past 11.
10 past 11.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm not into. I also like to plug everyone's shows.
What's the best bit about it?
I like the fact that he's a character comedian, but he knew how to improvise within that character. He knew his character so intimately that you believed him that is actually his life. He walks around in a high-vis jacket the whole time, and he's just doing a lecture. And I'm not entirely sure some of the audience are with him, but I just thought it was a great.
Is it a clipboard?
He has a PowerPoint show actually.
PowerPoint. What a hack having PowerPoint.
I know, who would do that? That's just going to hurt. But no, so that's my
It's
recommendation.
cheating. It makes it easier. It's much more fun. Look at the picture of the man with the face. It's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
all it is.
But I'm sure your PowerPoint show is up there as well. Actually, I will be seeing it in the next one. That's awkward. We're overrunning slightly. Quick, final plug your show, dude.
And the Onions, PowerPointless. It's stupid. 110 Banshee Labyrinth Cinema Room, and also Beckhill.
Beckhill is when's Beckhill on? Do you know?
Beckhill's on about 5 something at the Gilded Balloon.
Good. Yeah,
Amazing.
she's good. Amazing. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Andy. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim.
I'm honest, I'm now joined by Christian Reilly. Hi, Christian. It feels weird saying hi. I haven't just chatted to you for about 20 minutes already.
Yeah.
So your show is what's your show called, by the way?
It's called L'Alternative Rock.
Alternative Rock. That's the best
A
title.
little bit of wordplay there.
Yes, and last year's show was is that Rock and Roll? Was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh yes. Are you? That's
yeah,
very
yeah.
perceptive of you. Yeah, no,
Okay,
and
so-
I am. I think I'm gonna have to break the cycle next time round and go somewhere else. But I don't know. They feel a bit like a pair anyway. These two shows.
Yeah.
I don't know. They feel of the same, cut from the same cloth. So it works for me.
And you're in a big room, and you're in the annex. You're in it's a liquid.
Actually, it's called Liquid Room Warehouse.
That's even bigger. Wow. Okay. And so,
Yeah.
how do you, when you walk into the room, do you ever feel like you look at the audience and go, "This isn't going to work," or "Is this going to work"? Do you ever get that? I'm terrible at judging audiences at the moment, which is a new thing that I've suddenly developed. Where I look at it and go, "Oh, really? Not going to work. Too football for me," or something like that. You know. So, but are you just
Interesting,
ultimately?
too football.
Yeah.
That's a good way of describing it. Not really. I think one of the defining things about what we're trying to do when we come to the Fringe and push ourselves a little bit is it might not work. So it's a bit like trying to take as much of the risk as you can out of it before you get here. Try it out, keep trying it out, and then just sort of, you know, build in little mechanisms for you to be able to fail a little bit, fail gently a little bit, and you'll be a better person at the end of it. And I think, you know, audiences are generally supportive of that. And so, you know, the first 3 shows, there's a little bit of thrashing, a little bit of throw that out, change the running order. I think I might be there now with the running order, but I think it's going pretty well. Yeah.
So when you're preparing for the Fringe, do you think it's a set show beforehand and then you change it on the day, or?
I've got this idea that, like, you know, depending on what you were doing before you went into comedy, you bring a bit of that with you into it.
Right.
So
okay.
if you happen to be like somebody in a band, and the way you did your work was you write a bunch of songs, or, you know, learn a bunch of cover versions, and you put them in an order and try them out on an audience, and then you think, that doesn't work, you can't follow that with that, and that's too strong there, so we need to put it there, and we've gotten too shouty in this section, so we need to have a little bit of a, you know, quiet patch here and stuff like that. Then that's how I look at comedy. You know, I sort of go, right, you know, I'll look at the running order like that, you know, and I generally think, it needs to open in a decent sort of clip, just to get everyone's confidence up, including my own. You know, just get the back and forth going, and get them, you know, so nice solid beginning, and then, you know, but then also don't be afraid to venture off at places that you wouldn't venture off in if you were in a club gig and it was 11 o'clock at night and everybody had a few, because my show's at 5:20, and early on I had to sort of learn, you know, I was playing it club style, like, I don't know, in the early 2000s when I was coming up here and just doing spots, and realising, no, the audience was sat in rows in a theatrical sort of environment, and they're not content if you're just with like bluster.
If it's that for an hour, it must get quite exhausting.
I think they want something to think about. I'm not saying like the most intellectually challenging thing ever, but just like, you know, give us more than it needs to have a few bits to it, and I enjoy that, you know, and so, you know, that. I enjoy doing it that way.
Because I heard, so I went to your website. I don't know why. Probably when I was asked to be your drummer last year, or whatever. And I went to your website and I checked out there's a Radio 4, and they followed you around for a night. And that just inspired me, but knackered me, and realised I couldn't be a circuit comedian, because you were literally running from one slot to another, and doing tens and
that
those.
That was a pretty tight double, actually. So it was like opening 20 in Manchester, drive across to Liverpool. To close there for like 25, half an hour, but I mean, well, you know, it's not really the time on stage. It's like, that's not the job, is it?
No,
that's
the job.
That's the walk home. The job is, you know, getting up in the morning, getting your chores out of the way, and then sitting there in an empty room, possibly with a guitar, and thinking, right, what's funny? That's where the work comes in. And for me, that's something from nothing part of it is like, that's the hard part, you know, and you just collect them like little raindrops. And then you might have half a thimble full of something to go at.
Which has to somehow build into an hour.
Exactly.
So when someone sticks a 5 in a bucket after your show, it's not for the hour they've just seen. It's for all those mornings where you've kind of...
the driving. I mean, this can be quite stressful, but it's nice. I mean, I've been doing the circuit stuff for a while now, so I think I can walk on. I like to see a bit of what's gone on before me. Not to see the comedian, but because I generally know what the comedian does. I like to see this material that I've seen them do before in front of this particular audience, and then it's like, then I can calibrate. Because I think everybody's got bits that they sort of trim out for certain audiences,
of course,
and certain bits they lay on for certain, because it's like, right, you've got that level of sentience, right? Okay, I'm just going to put these bits, these throwaway bits in that make it so much more than it is, and then you can tell with some audiences, you're gonna have to keep this really clear, and it's not. It's not a sort of a call on the intelligence or anything like that. It's a call on just what they care about,
and where they're at within the evening, I guess.
Exactly.
If you're closing, it's obviously they've had a few more to drink. And
Sometimes you've got to be really good. You know, some of the subtleties get thrown away.
So I mean,
like I've got any subtleties.
I saw your show. I think it was last year, and I came out just sweating. I know you seem to be in hot rooms anyway, and they're very busy rooms, which just means it's going well, obviously. But and it's just an exhausting hour, so you must be knackered from doing the show.
Nicely so though.
It's a satisfying knackered. But then this is day 4 already for and you're doing what, 22 of this year? You got a day off or?
No. Days off for wimps.
I've got one, but I'm doing another gig. So let's go.
Exactly. I'll allow it.
Thank you. So I mean, it's going to be a really long run. And how
but
do
it
you?
goes like that to me.
It's like, I was chatting to someone yesterday, and they were struggling already on its day 4, and they were in a paid venue, and they probably shouldn't go into that now, and they were having pressure to sell tickets, and there was so much stress, and the stress wasn't about the show; it's about the mindset of all of that. But any advice for people how to survive the Fringe, and how do you have like a place you go to that keeps you happy?
Okay, well, I mean, I've been coming up a long time, and when I first came up in the early noughties or late 90s, even, I came up to lose my mind.
Yes,
and I would, just stay out all night, and my band played Lighten live, and then, we'd go out drinking afterwards. We're waiting for the Penny Black to open, and whatever, and we could do it, and then have a few. We lived like vampires, we'd go to bed in the middle of the day, and then wake up late and do it all over again. And that was great. So it depends what age you are, but I got to an age where, and in live comedy the rest of the year round, I just really start in the last at least 5 years, maybe more, maybe the last 7 years, I really enjoy my time on stage, and I found sort of getting a bit squiffy before going on did not help. It sort of started getting in the way of my time on stage, and I want to hold on to sort of who I like having a pint every now and then, but I actually like to hold on to I've only got a few neurons left. I need them more, and so I want to hang on to them. And I just love the time on stage. I come off and I got lots of energy.
So cliche, but that's your drug, isn't it?
Serotonin going around in my head that I've really enjoyed it, particularly if like we were talking about before, if the show needs a bit of work and you're just dancing on the edge of failure there a little bit, and you've come off and it starts paying off, then it's a great feeling, and so I don't need it as much to wind down. So for me now, for a start, I love being on at 5:20. I finish the show. I might go and do a compilation show after that or something. Nothing too late at night. And I've got my son comes up. His mum and I are both up here, and we share childcare, and that's great. It's like having a normal job. I go to one place of work, I come home to the same place every day instead of being in a car at 11 at night with a 2-hour drive ahead of me, and we're watching telly and or going out for something to eat, and so I'm having a nice kind of family life, and my girlfriend's up here, and so it's those kind of things. If those are the things that keep you sane when you're not at the Fringe, and if you can bring them with you and recreate them here, that would be a way of staying sane. I would say, when it's starting to get in the way of your performance and stuff, then maybe have a night off the booze. But I wouldn't want to, because I loved all of the fun that I had, and even when it was to the detriment of what I was doing on stage at times. And so so I wouldn't want to rob anybody of that experience either. But I'm like this now because I'm like 27 now. So.
Of course, you hit a certain age when you get 27, where you're thinking, okay,
you just
that's 23, you're long behind you.
Exactly.
No, yesterday was my first day off the booze at the Fringe. I'm back on against day, but it's my first one. But it's one of series to go.
It's a very stressful podcast, so.
So stressful.
You need someone to take the edge off it.
I knew how to drive yesterday, so I kind of kept it legal. But but no driving stays. That's all good. But I'm in a really happy place right now, which is nice. And
absolutely. I love this part of the year. I love it, and the Free Fringe has really given me that as well.
Without it, I wouldn't be doing the show.
It's all about it's all about the show. You know, if you've got a lot of financial pressure on you, you to fill that room, because you're paying for the empty seats, then everyone's running around thinking, God, I need a really good review, and it needs to be good early on and across the board. And you know, I'm not sure how easy that is to do anymore. You know,
it's not when there's so much free stuff.
Exactly. And I just think, and so the pressure, it incentivizes the wrong kind of thinking. I think, you know, what you want to be is get everything out of the way so you can think about, you know, how can I push myself a little bit so I'm comfortable with it, but still, like I say, dancing on the edge of failure, and you know, just trying to push things a little bit, and you know, and not worry too much about the other stuff. And the Free Fringe is a great way to do that. It really is. And it's a no-brainer offer for the audience as well. It's
risk-free, isn't it?
I'm looking to be in front of people who didn't know I existed until they got to the Fringe. Obviously, I love it when people come back, and they do, and so I'm trying to be good to them. But you know, also want to add to those people for people who didn't know I existed before I got here. You know, I walk up to them and tell them about the show, and you know, and if it doesn't sound like their kind of thing, I don't want to con them into coming to see. I just want to make sure everybody that could possibly give a toss comes and has a look at some point in the month, and you know, and see if it works out there. I know I'm trying to see you. It must have been sort of 3-4 years ago, and I sort of looked at it, and I saw the queue of your venue, and I gave up. I saw you eventually that year, and I've seen you over years. But that was where was it? It was upstairs somewhere. It was really hot, sweaty. That would have been. It was really good. It was on Cowgate, wasn't it? It's called. It's still going. Anyway, it was called the Dram House at the time. It's called the Mash House now. Right. That was a great one. I think I saw Johnny Boat there as well at some point, but it was it's good. So a new comedian coming up who perhaps doesn't have the family and stuff that kind of, because like Stu Goldsmith earlier said that he's got his son up here, and that reminds him then that Edinburgh isn't the world, his family is the world. That's why he's here. But say young single man, 36, floppy hair. Just say I'm having trouble visualising it. Just stretch your imagination if you can. We'll roll it. So an older guy. An older guy, a few grey hair bits, but sort of keeping and stuff. But maybe looking for the Gulliver's Dreams, all that stuff still, and kind of just doing this. And there's the temptation of the Fringe to go out and socialise and see late night shows and all that stuff. Say to that person, whatever you do, don't be doing 4 shows a day. Right, I reckon. If there's a no-show every now and then, that's okay. That doesn't really count. You're not so much burning the candle, but you're getting the candle, just chucking it on the fire, and chucking paraffin on that, and Red Bull equivalents from Tesco's and stuff. You're all wick right now. But say you're in that position, and it's like day 4. Yeah, theoretically. Of course. A day 4. Of 2022. I mean, it's a case of just slowing down and just. I think so. This has been like therapy for you, isn't it? Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be, but answering your own questions. I kind of, I'm staying with a couple of people who keep questioning how much I sleep, and I said, which is it's fine. I think enjoy it, because you're at an age where you can bounce back, and I don't know if I am anymore. I think that's the thing. I think when I was like 32, maybe, but it's all about building up stories. Stories, it's next year's show, kind of by itself. So very quickly, so the Fringe does take up. We build up to it, don't we? It kind of it's what we. So when you get back for the Fringe, your come down must be huge. Or because I love what I do the rest of the year as well. So you just bounce off the 20 minutes, and you kind of and the half-an-hour gigs, and maybe just trying to do something different. Like when I came back last year. In September, I was into working on this podcast called As It Occurs to Me, the Richard Herring podcast. I saw it, So and that was, I mean, I really like that, and also because I don't do anything like sketchy or anything like that with other people. When I get together with those guys, that's you miss being in a band, right? Because everyone's got these complementary skills, but when you do stand up, and it's the great thing about it is it's just you. You rise and fall, and it's just you, and that's brilliant. But also every now and again, when you can do something with other people, and it feels there's an esprit de corps there, and I really. So anyway, I was into that when I got back last year. So I'd like to make something like that happen again when I get back next year. I've got a few ideas, a few internet ideas, podcast ideas. So I'll try and I'll get into that, and then obviously just start the creative process.
Yeah.
Just sitting on my own thinking what's funny.
Yes.
You know, maybe I'll give myself a little break. Like,
you're allowed a slump, aren't you, after all this? Oh, yeah.
Because then there's some bits I can sort of take from what I got for this year and think, right, I could weave that into that. I could make that more clubby.
Yeah.
You know, because some of the stuff takes a few beats to set up.
Of course, yeah.
And that works in an hour, but like it might not work if you've got 20 minutes. So it's like, how can I get to that beat quicker? And so I'll enjoy that for a few months, you know, and then just start the cycle again, really.
Just
and
keep
try,
on working.
and try and do things a bit differently, not wildly differently, but just experiment a bit and see what happens.
And come back next year and do it all over again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's me until the end of time.
Wow, so same here actually. I think everyone at PBH seems to have that feeling. It's not an advert for PBH, but it kind of, you know.
There's all these people that come to this festival looking for stuff they've never heard of.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'm something you've never heard of. Yeah. Walk this way.
Yeah, my neighbours today walking past, and quite a small crowd today, but they were a lovely crowd, and they didn't know what to do with their time. And I started in 15 minutes. They came in, they loved it, and it was just it's really that's how it should be.
And it's completely honest, you know. You're not trying to trick them.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, they were looking for something fringy. That's why they're here.
Yeah.
Hey, I wrote something for you. I knew you'd be here.
Exactly. It's exactly what I'm looking for. And it's only an hour of your life. If you don't like it, that's don't pay at the end. I think
exactly. Try before you buy.
Exactly. So I think time-wise probably over. So it's all good. To do a quick. It sounds like you don't need audiences because you're doing very well. But do you want to drop a plug?
I always. It's a nice big room. You know, the more.
What's the capacity of the room?
I think it's 200 and something because you can get some people standing around the edges. But it's nice, and you know, if you've only got, you know, like 50-ish in, it still doesn't feel too. You know, it's fine. But you know,
that's a huge room, isn't it? So,
it is, and I did think like. That, oh god, that's going to feel a bit rubbish if it's not rammed, but it's actually great, you know. I don't know, just the way the furniture's laid out in it. It doesn't matter if every seat's not taken. You know? So acoustically, it's great as well. It's nice and.
Is it the same
it's
when
nice
you're
and
in
present and not, you know, it doesn't rattle around. It's good.
Was it the same place as last year? Was it?
Warehouse.
It's a warehouse. So, would you like to plug it to our many people who'll be watching, hopefully? So, because I'm sure maybe this will go out probably at the end of this week. So, it's about 2 weeks before the show to.
Okay. Well, please come and see my show. I'm a lot funnier when I'm not in a hotel bar and I'm doing stuff that I've written.
Give you therapy.
It's people are enjoying it. I put a lot of work into it, and it's flipping free for flip's sake. So it's at 5:20 at Liquid Room Warehouse until the end of time. So if you're hearing this in 2050, I'll still be doing
that same slot.
That slot.
And just a really minor detail: is that the Cowgate entrance, or is that?
There is only one entrance now.
Okay,
Cowgate entrance doesn't. It doesn't exist anymore because there's some construction going on. It's Victoria Street.
Victoria Street.
9C Victoria Street. The Liquid Room Warehouse.
Thank you so much for your time. I'll shake your hand on camera as well. Yeah, cheers, dude.
Look after yourself.
I will do.